Hello everybody! So far we have been using Git only locally on our machines. But in most cases you would have a remote repository hosted on one of the popular platforms like GitHub or GitLab or Bitbucket, where you would push your changes. For now we're going to use GitHub. So if you open your browser and head to github.com, you can sign up for a free account. GitHub is really great. You could follow people, you can sponsor them. You could also see what projects they're working on, and you could also see their activity. Once you have your GitHub account ready, you can create a new repository by clicking the plus sign up at the top right. Then hit the new repository button. Here you can choose a name for your repository. Let's go for Git demo. Then after that, you can choose if your project should be public or private. If you're building an open source project, you should go for public. And if you don't want people to see what you're working on, you can go for private. I'll go for private, and then I would hit the create repository button here. In a few seconds, the new repository will be ready, and then you can follow the steps here on how to clone it. There are a few ways to authenticate with Git. You could either use HTTPS. This means that every time you would need to specify your GitHub credentials, or you could use SSH. For that, you would need to generate SSH keys first and then add them to your GitHub account. Once you have that ready, you can follow the steps here for a new repository, but as we already have a repository locally, we can follow the steps here. So I'll just copy this command here, head back to my terminal and run it. What this essentially does is to add the new GitHub repository that we've created to our local Git project. So we can check the Git config file here with the cat command, and we can see that now we have a remote section here pointing to our remote GitHub repository. Now, if we go back, here they're showing us how to rename the current branch. As we already are using main, we don't need to run that. And then with this command here, we can actually push our local repository to our GitHub repository. So if I run this, as I already have an SSH key, I didn't have to type my credentials, and the changes have now been pushed. If I go back to GitHub and refresh this page, I can see all of the files that we created locally on GitHub. We can also see the commit history, just as we would when we run the git log command. So you see the git commit message, the person who made the commit, and the commit ID here. You can even see more information about each commit by clicking on it. For example, with the last commit, we updated our gitignore file and we added an extra line. So let's go ahead and make another change. Let's go ahead and update our index.html file, and let's say, hi there. Save that. Then again, with git add, let's add it. Then with git commit, let's say, updated index.html file. And now we can do git push origin and then the name of the branch, which is main, because we're working currently on the main branch. So if we push that, then go back to Git, click on our repository. Then, as you can see, 16 seconds ago, a change was pushed, and we can see the commit message here. And if we click on the file, we can see the new change that we made. So this is going to be pretty much it for this video. This is how you can create a remote repository in GitHub, add it to your local project, and push your local changes to GitHub. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next.